You may find yourself struggling with kind of the weight yo-yo thing where you lose the weight and then you put it back on. You lose the weight and you put it back on. And so many people that come to me and they say, Joey, why does this keep happening? And what I find is we want to pay attention to one key thing, which is what is the why that you're tying to the losing weight? Because what I find is when we lose weight, we put it back on, we lose weight, we put it back on, there is a temporary why that's driving our process, driving our behavior around losing weight, such as I'm getting married, and so I want to look great in my dress. And so it's like we lose weight and it's tied to this why of I want to look great on my wedding day, but then after the event passes, the motivation's no longer there. My why has changed, so then I regress back to old behavior. Or, oh my gosh, I want to look great in a bathing suit. Summer's coming, and so I need to get back in shape. And it's like we have this why that's driving us. It's very important to us, but then after the summer passes, the why has dissipated. The reason for losing the weight is now gone. Or we simply don't like, all of a sudden we look at ourselves one day and we're like, man, I just don't like the way I look. And the why is sort of aesthetic alone, right? It has to do with my figure, and I don't like what I see in the mirror. And so once again, it's like, man, I don't want to look this way. We lose the weight. But then when our figure changes and we look better, we go, oh, I'm now good. And so the why that we tied to, losing weight was I don't want to look like this anymore. Well, now I don't look like that anymore. And so then we go back to whatever we did, only to get back to that place wherever that is for us, where we are now dissatisfied again. And then the why is I need to look different. I need to look better. Or some people it's, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my significant other. And so now I need to lose weight. I need to, get back in shape because I'm now dating. And then you find somebody that you like and you guys get together and you start hanging out regularly and you are now together and you're like, great, I'm good now because I got my person. And then we go back to old behavior again. And so if you find yourself cycling like this, where you gain weight and you lose it, you gain weight, you lose it, get more clear on a definitive why, a why that does not go away. So like for me, when I look at optimal health well-being, my why is I want to be able to ski and run and mountain bike in my 80s and 90s. And so that's 40 years away from me. And so that is a why that is always there, and I can always strive toward it. And so in order to fulfill that, I have to be in great shape and I have to maintain a certain capacity now today. And well, of course, if I want to be able to do it, at that age, I love to do that as a lifestyle today. And so the why is lasting. The why is always there. And then on the other side, the why is I don't want to end up like my grandparents. And I really watched them suffer at the end of their life. And they were relatively young, like they died in their 60s. And I'm like, man, that is not the trajectory that I want. And so I'm going to avoid that outcome for myself by way of staying in great shape always, by way of maintaining health and vitality as a way of being. And so make sure that your why is something that does not change. Your why is sort of like eternal, it's everlasting, and therefore the motivation to be that way will always be there. The second component is look to how you identify yourself, because if I look at it and I go, oh my gosh, I need to lose weight because I'm disgusting or I don't like what I see, that's a temporary identity. We lose the weight, oh, I'm no longer disgusting, I'm good to go, check the box, as opposed to I'm an athlete, I'm a biohacker, I'm a healthy individual. Right? When we link our identity as sort of assuming the behaviors that would be natural tied to that identity, we're more likely to, again, no longer yo-yo, we're going to take it on as a way of being. And so it's not a matter of are you an athlete or you are not an athlete, it's just simply what's the identity I'm going to own. If you own the identity that health is important to me, or I'm an athlete, or I am somebody who strives to always better my health, if you identify yourself in these ways, then the byproduct is going to be to eat a certain way and move and exercise and so on and so forth. And so play with these two levers if you find yourself bouncing back and forth. Number one, what is the indefinite why I could tie to being in optimal health and performance with the body and vitality that never goes away, that I can always leverage and reinforce so it becomes a way of being. And then number two, what's the identity that if you take it on, the natural byproduct is the way you want your body to feel, the way you want your body to perform, the way you want your body to look. And you'll probably notice that you'll stop the yo-yo behavior.